Breaking news in a major escalation.
Iran has launched a
The Iranian missile attacks on Israel. The full extent of damage is not yet clear. Correspondents in Iran and Israel
down by Dome missile defense system.
So picture this, it's the 22nd of September 1980 and Saddam Hussein, the president of Iraq, wakes up one day and decides to start a war by launching surprise airstrikes on 10 Iranian airfields. His plan, to pull off an epic sneak attack just like the Cool Kids aka Israel in the Six-Day War. However, his airstrikes were about as effective as a fly swatter in a hurricane. They barely scratched the Iranian Air Force, and that marked the beginning of what turned into a grueling 8-year who's going to blink first contest known as the Iran-Iraq War. Saddam thought this was going to be a quick and easy win, like grabbing the last donut at a staff meeting. Instead, it became an 8-year war of attrition, which each side repeatedly yelling "it's your fault" while launching tanks and human wave attacks. Spoiler alert, no one won the war, and after 8 years, hundreds of thousands of deaths and enough destruction to make a demolition crew jealous, they both said, "Let's call it a tie." But let's rewind. What led to this disaster? It's like one of those never-ending family feuds with Iraq and Iran fighting over a river called the Shatt al-Arab. This wasn't your typical who gets the TV remote argument. It was about oil, money, and bragging rights to the Persian Gulf. Back in 1937, Iran and Iraq had signed a treaty to settle this issue. Iraq got most of the river and Iran had to pay tolls, sort of like going through an overpriced toll booth every time they wanted to float down the river. Things were fine for a while until the Shah of Iran, who had an impressive collection of fancy hats and was buddies with the West, decided, you know what, I don't feel like paying tolls anymore. In 1969, he tossed the treaty in the trash and sailed an Iranian ship right up the river, daring Iraq to do something about it. Iraq, being the less muscular kid on the block, just stood there and would be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Fast forward to 1979, Iran pulled a plot twist worth of a soap opera and had a full-on revolution. The Shah got booted out and religious leader Ayatollah Khomeini took over, declaring an Islamic republic. Khomeini was all about exporting his revolution like it was the hottest new trend, encouraging everyone to rise up against their government and join his new world order. Naturally, this did not sit well with Saddam, who wasn't exactly into the idea of losing his dictator status. Khomeini's big plan to destabilize Iraq was as welcome as a party crasher eating all the chips. The tension between the two countries escalated like a bad high school rivalry. Iraq accused Iran of bullying and stirring up trouble, with Iraq accused the Shiites, while Iran claimed Iraq was acting like a drama queen. By 1980, they were practically daring each other to throw the first punch, and Saddam, tired of bickering, finally said,
"Fine. I'll do it myself,"
and crossed into Iran like a neighbor who just can't stay on their side of the fence. Saddam had two main reasons for starting the war. One theory is that he wanted to kick Iran while it was down, with all their post-revolution chaos, and grab the Shatt al-Arab along with a few shining things. Plus, he hadn't forgotten that 1975 treaty that forced him to give up a chunk of the river. The other theory is that Saddam was really just trying to stop Khomeini's radical revolution roadshow before he turns his own regime into a crumbling house of cards. Either way, the goal was simple: knock out Iran quickly, get a win, and look like a hero. But as most grand plans, things did not go according to script. Saddam's quick victory turned into a never-ending slog through trenches, chemical attacks, and the kind of human wave assaults you would expect from a zombie apocalypse movie. Iran wasn't going down without a fight, and both sides ended up locked in a stalemate, losing more than they gained. By the time the war ended in 1988, it was clear that neither side was really winning anything other than a hefty bill of damages, a few 100,000 casualties, and 8 years worth of reasons to avoid each other at family reunions. The borders remained the same, the war ended in a UN-brokered ceasefire, and Iraq and Iran basically went back to giving each other the cold shoulder like awkward exes at the party. And that's how the longest, bloodiest, and most pointless wars of the 20th century came to a close. A tragic and costly conflict that left both sides worse off than they started. In the end, neither Iran or Iraq gained the upper hand, and the war left a legacy of destruction, death, and unsolved tensions. It's a stark reminder that sometimes no one really wins in war. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insight into the world's most pivotal moment in history.